What's happening, Soul Tribe? Sorry I'm a little bit late. I just had to find a semi-quiet spot to get ready in. All right. So we are going to be channeling Ra. Thank you so much for being here. The summer solstice has been really hitting me hard. I don't know about you guys, but earlier today, maybe like sometime around like, I'd say like 1 to 3, there was like this massive wave of energy that literally made reality glitch. And you might have just felt it, like your brain just skipped. If you didn't realize it, well, hey, it's okay. It's at least EST. I'm in Detroit, so it would have been like 3 o'clock my time. Could have been a different time for you guys. We are in the same room right now together. Going to be channeling the Ascended Master Ra. If you don't know anything about Ra, Ra is the being light of light. Basically, he's like the sun itself. He is the champion of all good. He has a very powerful, enlightening aura, but also very destructive. Take a deep breath. I woke up this morning and I was just instantly in tune with Ra and the different Ra frequencies. I have particularly been channeling Heru Ra this morning. So we might end up starting there. If you don't know who Heru is, it is basically Horus. Horus controls the solar plexus, the subconscious. He is tied to the hawk. Ra is tied to the hawk. Horus is tied to the falcon. Now we are ready to channel Heru Ra. On the aspect of letting go, everything that does not serve. One must understand that evolution and ascension is possible in a multi-dimensional source. Ascension has no one linear pattern, so letting go of one thing is attaching yourself to another, as the linear mind of alchemy understands release, contract, and attain. Allow your minds to understand Source as ascension itself, and understanding the endless evolution of ascension as Source. Allow yourselves to see the light and to exist as only ascension itself, without any notions or methodologies on how to attain Source, how to attain ascension. Letting go is simply understanding the possibility of transformation. All else follows once you've let go in the area of transformation. Allow yourselves to understand transformation as a rose petal coming into bloom. The death process that surely follows when a rose has been cut from the bush allows the temperance of understanding of any one situation. The death only allows a retransformation from which the plant returns to the soil to be rebirthed. This is to say that ascension is merely as complicated as the attachment of the definitions that you give it. That is to say that all attachments can be seen as critical, pivotal points to your ascension. Any point of resistance any moment of attachment that can be witnessed and overcome is ascension itself. And then I just kind of hear like an echo over and over and over. So if you don't know what that meant, just to condense it from like how I was seeing it in models, it's just like, understand that every moment you are conscious of the fact that you're attached to something, that's the moment when you can evolve past that attachment because you're conscious of the attachment. If you choose to let your mind shift into a new state just to entertain like a thought of something different than what's actually happening in that moment, you can detach from the attachment and experience a new reality. Like even looking at the model like really takes me away. It kind of happened to me earlier, like I think it was yesterday, something like this happened to me. I was sitting down and I was just thinking to myself, and even today too, like I was thinking to myself, like I have a certain kind of pattern with my significant other, and like I've grown like really attached kind of and comfortable to that, and I become aware that I was attached to that, so I have to reel that in and harness that energy back in my reality. And when I did that, like my consciousness had like this tear where then like it hurt to even think about like, okay, I can't be attached to this concept of my life because everything's changing. And then instantly my brain was like, oh, it's all an illusion. So he's just like literally a construct that you've created in your own reality. So he's very much so important, but you also have to realize that to detach from the dream, you even have to be conscious of the fact that your significant other is just a dream anyway. And it was just like, and it all started when I was conscious of the fact that I had an attachment to a certain pattern that we have, like to spend our weekends, you know what I mean? And it wasn't anything negative, it just harmlessly popped in my mind. Now I'm being told to channel the principle Ra. So Ra is like a vibration. There are many different kinds of Ra's that you'll tap into. One of them is Autumn Ra, Kefri Ra, Ra Hakate, Met is a Ra, Ma'at is a Ra, Thoth is a Ra, Neith is a Ra, Hathor is a Ra, Baset is a Ra. There's a family of Ra's. The law of one was channeled through the collective of the ascended masters that identify with the vibration of Ra. So you spoke through the Egyptian deity Ra, but also the collective of everyone who shares the experience of the vibration of Ra. So that is what we're going to be tapping into right now. Take a deep breath in and out and let it go. Ra, I serve you now. I am a channel. Communicate through me, you shall. what we can bring you to is a meditation. To understand a knowledge that is beyond what verbalization could bring you to understand. It is important to understand under the solar ceremony that death is critical and essential. Take a deep breath in and out and let it go. See yourself in the center of the universe, similar to the sun. See Mercury closest to you as your mind. See Venus as your heart. Earth as your body. Jupiter as your endlessness. Saturn as your third eye. Deep breath. Pluto as your soul. Surrender. In this instance, we're going to summon the Eye of Ra. The Eye of Ra has the potential to focus on a creation and to manifest and to destroy a principal blockage in all reality. Focus on one limitation or alteration you would like to have replaced, moved, changed, accelerated. Focus on this one particular issue or problem and hold it in your mind's eye. Condense it, shrink it into the mind's eye. Do not fuse with it. Just turn it into a marble. To this marble, you're going to turn it into a fruit by turning the marble into a seed. And you're going to give all the negative emotions that are tied to the limitation that you started off with, that is the seed. Give all the negative emotions to the seed and let the seed turn into a fruit. Breathe out anything negative. Allow yourself to understand that you nurtured this fruit from another reality. Deep breath in and out. Allow yourself to, in this instance, defiantly be the opposite of everything that you are, or that you find yourself to be. Deep breath. I want you to practice walking away from this fruit. Put this fruit on a table. And I want you to see yourself walking far away from the fruit. And then coming back to it, where it's up close, far away, up close, far away, up close. Now smash the fruit. Smash it with a sledgehammer, rubber bands, however it is that you want to smash this fruit. And as you smash it, it's falling onto the floor. The floor is bare soil. Deep breath in. That reality is no more. You have made a shift. You have let go. Let us repeat this again. Deep breath. What is a limitation that you find in your reality? Condense it in front of you, within your mind's eye, not letting it fuse with your mind's eye. Condensing it into a marble. Giving yourself more into the process this time. Giving any negative emotions that are tied to that marble, so that marble turns into a seed. And this time it's going to turn into a plant with very shallow roots. Even if you don't see shallow roots, know that a drought is coming. The power of Ra is the power of the sun. The sun can become intensified, creating droughts. taking away the sustenance to this limitation that is deeply rooted within your subconscious mind. Give yourself to the process. Deep breath. Now we're going to do that externally. You're going to feel that around you, happening around you in your external reality. What is something that needs to be moved? You don't need it to be moved. What is something that you've wanted to move? See reality as putty, silly putty. And move reality easily, the same way you would move around putty. Give in to the sensation. Allow your mind to understand that everything can change easily the moment you are conscious of the fact that it is capable of change. In this moment, we're choosing to change with ourselves and change the dynamics of something that bothers us by becoming aware and conscious and making a movement. Deep breath in. And out. Let go of all of your chakras into the power of the Eye of Ra. We're going to call upon the energies of Secum. This energy is directly tied to Sekhmet, the Egyptian goddess of war, fame, stature, knowledge, strategic knowledge. Take a deep breath in. Open your palms, face your palms up towards the sky. You can still have them next to you, nice and relaxed. And allow the energy of Secum to come in through your hands and tackle your heart chakra. Once you feel the energy of Secum coming through, you might not see it, you might just psychically know that it's happening. You surrender into the experience. No judgment, no expectations. You can't control the event. You are only becoming one with the energy flow of the event. You're catching a ride. Let go of your mind. Don't try to meditate. If you start feeling the room spin, that is natural. Let go of the limits of what you think reality are or is. Choose to abandon the constructs of reality that are ingrained in you. Just let your mind go. As you do this, you're actively letting go of the illusion. You're letting go of attachment. You can choose to let go of suffering. To let go is not difficult. It is the constructs of the mind that does not allow us to easily attain release. Deep breath in. Surrender to this release. We're going to call upon the power of the Eye of Ra at our sacral chakra to burn away and dissipate any negative energy, any negative emotions, to guard us from any negative influences, to give us the clarity of understanding, we're going to summon the Eye of Horus. Letting it impact our subconscious. Give your mind into this. Any blockages, breathe them out. Give in to any tension in your body. You're going to call upon the Egyptian energy of the Ren. Ren. This is tied to the name or your form, your identity, your personality. The anchor to what limits you from being able to let go of things with ease. You're going to experience the Ankh at the Heart Chakra. If you don't know what the Ankh is, it is a symbol of life. You don't need to know the symbol to activate the energy at this time. Just allow the energy to affect you as the portals are open. We are nothing but joy and warmth, positivity. We nurture positivity like the sun nurtures other elements. And we destroy that which is not in alignment with our highest possibility, our highest ascension. See yourself inside of a pyramid made of white fire. See yourself wearing clothing of dragon sapphire. See yourself sitting in the center of the cosmos, and understand that the cosmos is beyond matter. The cosmos is multidimensional. Deep breath in, let go of your mind. We call upon the energy of Ab, the heart, Ba, the soul, deep breath. Let go of your mind. Allow yourself to be like the sun. Destroy the things that are inside of you that don't serve you anymore. Nurture the things that do serve you. Don't hyper-focus on anything. Let it run as a program in the background. Allow yourself to just experience the ride. Everything else will sort itself out around your creation. Choose in this moment when you feel like you're in the gateway to let go of things that don't serve you anymore. Fear, lack of abundance. Force yourself to push past any pain, discomfort, Sahu, the spirit. Relax into any tension in your body. Experience the power of Ra. It's a practice of letting your mind go, being conscious and expansive, present and beyond, centered and the space around you. Positive and negative have to exist in all realities. Directing what seems to be negative, otherwise a destructive force, directing destruction is beneficial to the creation at large. Source is like the sun, nurturing and destructive. It creates destruction to understand newness or infinity. It creates chaos to formulate possibility. It encompasses itself in the possibility of polarity and duality. To understand a greater version of ascension, a mirrored reflection of itself. For it encompasses and is still encompassed. Deep breath. And now they would like to give you an ascended attunement so that the power of Ra may cleanse you and your reality, amplifying your creation and your manifestation. Allow all your chakras to expand and to cease to exist. Stand in the in-between for as long as you can, integrating it, holding it. Soon it'll blend. This is the yin and the yang blending. Deep breath. I'm being told to instruct you to let go of your identity. Deep breath. Create your new reality by remaining in this energy. Understanding that matter is fluid. And when you change your perspective of matter to fluidity instead of it being solid, you organize its orchestration in a divine fashion. This is one of the powers of the gods. And we give this to you now during the summer solstice, so that you may always remember how powerful you are. Understand that creation lies deep within you. And when bending matter, one only bends themselves. Matter follows when the internal bending has been mastered and orchestrated in the proper fashion. Allow the energy in your solar plexus chakra to start diving deep inside of you, like a vortex tearing, digging into the ground. Let yourself fall through that portal. Let it continuously extend until infinity. And while you do this, allow yourself to still be conscious of the external. Here you are mastering as above, so below. Dive and fall as deeply within yourself as you feel as you are in control of your reality. Deep breath. When you feel like your falling has stopped, allow your mind to let go and understand that the falling is infinite. Simultaneously, let this affect the outer. Understand that as you dive deeper within, there is a version of you outside of this cosmos, linked to that version deep within, that is viewing the conscious realm from not only the subconscious unconscious, but the external unconscious subconscious. The conscious is smack dab in the middle of a subconscious unconscious sandwich. Understand conscious is space, unconscious is soul. The way space takes form is through time. Unconscious harbors the creation within. Let go of the known. Deep breath in. Let go of the known. The known is limiting. You now have matter at your fingertips. Let us guide you deeper into the temple of carnelian, for we are only at the doorway. Take a deep breath in and out. You're going to allow yourself to always breathe in and out whenever you feel like you have to dive deeper, whenever something negative is there. You're going to let your body breathe on autopilot. What is your one truest desire? See it in your mind's eye. Why do you want this desire? See it in its positive, see it in its negative. Does this creation feed your ego? Or does it create a greater sense of self? Are you creating this to validate something within yourself? Or are you creating this because you're simply capable of creation? Are you terrified of how this creation will come to be? The operations of how it can be orchestrated? Or are you lucid with your understanding of the endless possibility of what could be and what is? Deep breath in. Is this manifest necessary? And are you capable of taking care of this manifest internally, externally? Why have you not given yourself this creation? Why have you not created this creation? If you state, I don't know how, or another statement of victimization, abandon the human perspective. See beyond the conclusion of your confusion. Deep breath in. Deep breath in. Are you willing to accept yourself and your truths? about your creation, about why you haven't given yourself this creation? Does this creation take precedence over everything else that you have currently experienced within manifest? Are you willing to give everything to have this manifest? If you are not invested in your manifest, you'll never embody this manifest. Every excuse is a destructive force that is being used against you from creating and generating manifest. Your fear blinds you from creation itself. Generation only takes place from the most primordial experiences. And the end conclusion is the formulation of matter, taking on a chaotic state over and over and over, forcing you to experience a conclusion of confusion, excusing yourself and victimization, rather than taking responsibility for your lack of creation and generation within the manifest. Many of you seek for us to come from a higher dimensional plane to save you, to hold your hand, to guide you. We can only integrate ourselves within your reality as firmly as you integrate yourselves with ours. If we are a complete possibility, truth, and existential law of your reality and understanding, then give us form and give us matter. And we will give you form and we will give you matter. We can only interact at a level in which your consciousness can understand our plenitude of possibility. Deep breath in. The complexities of the illusions that so simply take you away from the general creation of Source. Is a habit that must be unlearned through conscious observation of the self and experiencing an alternate reboot of the experiences in which one has encompassed themselves to understand intimately. That is to change your vibration at will. This is the highest level of alchemy. This is a gift from the gods. Deep breath in. Let go of your minds and simply sit with the information that we have granted you. Sit in the vibration. The vibration will speak for itself. For the vibration is truth, a truth within your reality, a truth that you've exposed yourself, that you have reminded yourself of. A truth that you have now become conscious of and will live out. Your manifest from this point forward will be generated and accelerated towards this creational point. they're showing me like this really powerful diagram that we see ourselves going into, the future, like forward, but the future is coming to us. And then like we're not really, when we do this practice, like we're changing the dynamics of time, because time is coming to us, from us, instead of us to time. Allow yourselves to exist in this ecstasy forever. Allow yourselves to remind yourselves of this in your hearts. Allow yourself to never forget the feeling of ascension. For this event of the summer solstice and the retrogrades have only come from a generalized manifest, something orchestrated by a greater you. Understand that the illusion of the effects of the planetary movements and the energies that take place within this cosmos and all cosmos are only a representation of a greater truth. A truth that can't be comprehended. Thus it has to take form or manifest as an astral projection or a mattered experience. Deep breath. And try to force yourself to be like in the moment right now. Like super present. I know you're gonna feel like really high, like you just can't come back. Like force yourself to come back. Force yourself to be right here, right now. And even if you feel like you're gonna vomit, even if you feel like, oh my God, you know, like, I don't know how I feel. Just force yourself to be here. So hopefully that made sense. Put in the comments below, like what you experienced, how you felt. Early today I was meditating with them, and they said something similar to me about, you know, like you have like these things that you want to change, but the only way you're gonna ever change them is if you're willing to make a change right now. And one of the examples that they gave me was like, I had just finished smoking a joint, and I was like getting the munchies, and I was like, okay, I want to really go get some cookies. And like, I know eating cookies is just like one of my vices, and I just have to really let that go. And I've been wanting to let it go for a while, and that's when Ra was like, if you want to destroy something, you destroy it now. You destroy it in the moment. Like, you don't wait for anything, you destroy it right now. So like, And it was very powerful because my subconscious was at this moment internally where I was like, well, I'll just do it tomorrow. Like, it's a summer solstice. Like, let me, I'll just get a cookie right now and then I'll start tomorrow, and that's when I'm going to start. And the energy of Ra was just so clear. Like, no, like, if you're going to wait till tomorrow, which you can start right now, you can start by not going to go get those cookies. You can start right now by choosing to never, like, do something ever again. And, like, literally sticking to it. And that's, like, an iron will. So we have here, the sun just came out. Yeah, I know. I love when I'm meditating and I'm hitting these higher frequencies because, like, you start bending the weather. It's awesome. I felt like I wanted to vomit. There was a bird singing above my head the whole time, and I could see violet light. Yeah, awesome. Really happy to hear that. Yeah, the channeling was also, I just got this impression that they wanted to really leave you with this understanding that you're, like, super powerful. Like, you're mega powerful, and you complicate how powerful you actually are because you have to, like, understand it instead of just understanding the dynamics, right? Like, if you can conjure all these images in your mind and you can let go of something by just, setting these intentions and just saying that you're going to let go of this internally without even putting, like, just focusing on, like, I want to be more sociable, right? And then putting that out there. What's wrong with wanting a cookie? I know, it's just like when you eat cookies 24/7, that's the problem. So yeah, like, if you can create these conjurings, then you can create, like, release. And a lot of times we create attachment to things that bother us, or we create these subconscious attachments. And I'm telling you, earlier today when I got that same message, like, or like a similar message from Haru Ra, or Horus Ra, about, like, oh yeah, like, what, like, right now, if he were to die, you would be like one of those old people that would have to, like, figure your shit out, and you would be, like, all over the place. Like, you need to be able to sit in this presence, understanding that he's just a creation of your reality. Everything is matter. Like, if I wanted to change anything in my reality, all I have to do is be like, yo, I'm moving it, and constantly being aware that, like, even though I'm interacting with you guys, or I'm interacting with my significant other, that at some point I always have to be conscious of the fact that they are, or you are, a construct of my illusion, right? Similar, like, this is a two-way road. Like, I'm a construct of your illusion. We're just vibrations hitting ourselves together. But you have to catch yourself in these moments where, like, are you codependent to the cookies? Are you codependent to, like, having to, like, not cook all the time? Like, what is there inside of you that you can create an excuse for? And then you have to dominate that in your consciousness. You have to choose to, like, starve that, burn that out of your system, destroy it. And while you're simultaneously doing that and, like, killing, like, every last excuse that you have, you're nurturing, like, this version of you that is ascension itself. And when you understand that, like, that's all you have to do, like, the above and the below constantly contract and, like, expand through that vibration, like, bending reality doesn't even become like, hey, I'm gonna bend reality. You get to this point where you're just literally bending yourself. What do I want to do next? Okay, I'm gonna bend my perception on that, and boof, it's gonna take its form. Let me just check a couple of other questions here. I'm just blown away. Yeah. If you cannot breathe, just take your time. Take deeper breaths. And that's gonna help you balance yourself out. I did CM and my body and breath was doing itself. Yeah, totally. When you really hit these super ecstatic states of consciousness, there's a point where your body just goes on autopilot because you're basically writing the frequency, and your body and your breath will just start doing these things where there's times where you even start moving. And if you've seen people do like light language, like when they really get into it, or if people are doing like shamanic dance, all of a sudden they're like doosh, 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 you know, and they start moving because their body's organically just following the flow of the energy. You can really learn how to do that when you practice like Qigong or Tai Chi. Why is it that a problem though? Can't you alter your identity to benefit from cookies? You could. I've never really tried that. I'm just one of those people that I don't like being controlled by anything. Like if it's a vice or anything, I want to be able to say like I can let it go. Like that's a part of my consciousness that doesn't hold any weight over me. Like I can do whatever I want. I naturally have like this vibration of raw that's like I'm just gonna destroy stuff and create stuff. Like nothing's gonna tell me what to do, right? And I've always been that way. So when it comes to like the cookie factor, you know, you could change your identity in that format, but I mean, do you want to? Then you're kind of like perpetually kind of a slave towards that vibration when you can